Hi, welcome to the Muze Podcast. I'm Baxter Brown, the founder of Muze.
And I'm Gracie Pedersen, the head of marketing. We're really excited to have the Muze Podcast here for you guys. The purpose of this podcast is to interview music industry professionals and get their scoop on their experience. But today, for this first episode, we're going to be interviewing the founder, Baxter Brown. So to start out, just give us a little introduction about who you are, what your background is, and why you love the music industry.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I'm Baxter. I founded Muze coming on 5 years ago now.
Awesome.
I was working in the music industry in San Francisco, Bay Area, and had been engineering and producing there for about 7 years or so.
Wow.
Before I really conceptualized Muze. It began as like a feeling of there's got to be a database somewhere. There's got to be some way that I can connect with people that's not just bulletin boards.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even Facebook groups weren't really a place for that yet.
Yeah.
And something for that didn't exist. And I kept searching and searching, and it still didn't exist. So, I thought I need to make this happen. Was working in Silicon Valley for a bit, just around that kind of startup culture, and thought, maybe it's time to make a switch. And I still love engineering, still love producing, but I just really found talent at connecting people and doing the matchmaking part of the business.
That's awesome. Was there like a specific moment where you knew you had to create this?
Oh, yeah. It was one of those moments where I was not a tech person at all, didn't know how to code, never ran a business before. I knew how to run a session, knew how to, hit record and move the faders, but
More than I can do.
it just was a something that I was just searching, and at the time, mid to late 2010s in the Bay Area, everyone just wanted to create a startup for the sake of creating a startup. They wanted an app. They wanted to be called a founder. They wanted those fun ideas, and I was kind of in the opposite place. I was having this problem, and I wanted there to be some kind of solution for me.
Yeah.
And that didn't exist yet. And seeing a lot of people around me out there building stuff, that really motivated me. And I thought, how hard can this be? And naturally, it was very hard, very, very hard. But it just became something I fell more in love with as I did it.
Yeah.
Longer and longer. I got to meet a lot of really cool people, just top of the industry, really talented people that were all having the same problem as I was.
Yeah.
And the more I heard that, the more it got validated. I was like, all right, let's do this. And that was when Muze was, I was literally just on a notebook in my back pocket, and just this idea of a dream that might happen someday. And here we are.
That's so cool. Wow. Just a note in the back pocket is wild.
Yeah.
What were those first steps like, really making the dream a reality?
Oh yeah, good question. There's two answers. There's what was really important, and there's what I actually did.
Yeah.
I spent a few years trying to teach myself how to code, trying to build it from scratch.
Right.
I watched a little too much of The Social Network and thought that's how you make an app these days, and that just was not what I needed to be doing.
Yeah.
And really what I needed to be doing was talking to people, and that's how it really got started.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember it was 2019. I was just interviewing anyone I could. Again, San Francisco, especially Oakland and the East Bay, it's a very tight-knit music community.
Yeah. I can imagine.
I mean, there's only so many studios in town,
Right.
and there's still a lot of great just legacy stuff from Fantasy or Jingletown,
mm-hmm.
or just these incredible studios. But quite frankly, a lot of the talent usually ends up migrating down to Los Angeles
Yeah, I
at
can
some
imagine.
point. So
hot pocket down there for music.
Yeah, it was really just getting this like small group of people that I already knew. Finding a lot of students helped a lot too, and just asking them, "Hey, am I crazy? Like, do you have this problem too?" And I was seeking out mentorship to like, how do you start a business? How do you start, like, how do you just create an app in general? And I was being told across the board, like, hey, if you can get like 1 out of 3 people to say they have this problem, you might have your niche.
Yeah.
I was getting anywhere between 80 to 90% of the people I talked to were like desperate for this problem.
Yeah.
Got no negative response. Like at worst, we had like indifference. And that's really when, again, like you're asking me about that moment, it was just, that's what felt like it needed to push me into like starting something when, again, like I was a fader jockey. I was not a coder. I wasn't a fundraiser. I wasn't any of this stuff, but I had this problem and it was just itching to be solved. And I saw a way to solve it, and that's how I had to jump into it.
Yeah. That's amazing. So San Francisco is like how you were able to find that need for this type of website. But was the move to Nashville, was that strategic for your business, or was that for education purposes?
Oh, yeah. Great question. Yeah, we're based out of Nashville.
Yeah.
We're in Nashville right now.
Yeah.
And it was a strategic move, and there's a lot of components to it, but like I can break it down. Like at the end of the day, it's in San Francisco, Silicon Valley, there's very few musicians and artists, and everyone has an app idea that they're trying to sell. But at the time, again, this is like summer of 2019, Nashville's the total opposite. Not really any tech startups were really emerging at the time. Very, very few like music tech was here in Nashville, but there was just an abundance of people in the music industry, people that could actually use this. And so it was less competition for just tech resources and like people needing to just get all those building blocks for a tech startup. Because sure enough, there was a lot of competition in San Francisco for that. But plenty of actual users that could actually help each other. I could get everyone in San Francisco on this app, and it wouldn't be nothing. It would be something to be proud of, but I knew that if this is something that I can get Nashville behind, the entire world is going to follow suit, because there's just no city like it in the whole world. It is funny you mentioned education. Because, like I went to Belmont University shortly after, after moving, which was a way to like get my foot in the door, but also learn like how can I run a tech business, like learn about software engineering, how to also just develop my entrepreneurship skills, my business acumen. And so naturally my icebreaker a lot is I was in Silicon Valley and I studied music, and then I moved to Music City to study computer science. Yeah. And
that's so cool.
So that's how I got through and like went to my got my foot in the door, and like I graduated, got my CS degree.
Now you're at Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I'm studying getting my MBA, which I mean that's another story we can get into at some point, but
all great things to be a CEO.
Yeah, it went really well. It was just really welcomed by the community here. People were really just excited for just entrepreneurship in general. This is a city that's been extremely supportive of the influx, and there's a lot more startups going on right now. The Nashville Entrepreneurship Center, Launch Tennessee, Startup Nash. There's like just so many great resources out there right now that it really helped skyrocket us. And yeah, I'm just very thankful for the city of Nashville, because I came in and I started saying, hey, like I want to make almost like a dating app, but for musicians where you can like match with bandmates and people.
And now it's transformed into a little bit more of like a LinkedIn for music professionals.
Oh yeah, it's definitely it's a LinkedIn, it's a Fiverr, it's really a place that you can do connection on. Like it's a place for where you can get your projects done, where you can work remotely, make extra money, just connect with those Grammy award-winning, Platinum award-winning.
Like Mac
people.
Miller's producers on there, right?
Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, or Chance the Rapper too. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
A lot of great talent, and sidebar, anyone listening, just check out our site, and I think our talent speaks for itself. But
it's amazing.
Yeah, I've gotten to meet a lot of really cool people, and also see a lot of people grow through our platform. I've talked to people who, they just came to Belmont from the middle of small town USA with this dream of being the next Taylor Swift, the next Brad Paisley,
right?
And like no connections, and seeing them like actually like sell out their shows and actually like get to quit their their coffee shop job because like their music career is starting to take off. That's something I always hoped would happen, but just 5 years later, it's weird to even think that could happen at some point.
That's amazing.
Yeah, been very rewarding.
I'm sure you're helping people start their careers, so that's awesome. What are like the most important features of the website that you think the users would really, really enjoy the most and have enjoyed the most? Yeah,
I think when we're talking about like what differentiates us from, again, just using Craigslist or a Facebook group or quite frankly word of mouth, because that's really what the industry has done since its inception. I mean, since audio engineer or producer was a job title, really that's how you got jobs, was from who you know, and just kind of grinding away to like try and make a good impression. And just in this digital age, it felt like the music industry was lagging behind quite a bit. So it came down to how can we enhance that? And we built out a lot of different features. Like you can sync your calendar with us, because I knew I just don't like getting another app where you have to like input all your calendar.
Literally manually. It takes forever.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was stuff like that. Something we found really recently was our video conferencing features. Like really, we announced that, I think it was like a month or so after we opened the doors for international.
Yes.
And
that's huge too, going international. Yeah. That's amazing.
Like we were at South by Southwest 2025 just like 3 months ago or so, and that was just so exciting. Got to meet hundreds of musicians, bring on a lot of talent onto the platform, made a big splash there. But what was really just kind of stood out to me was this now user, but this country artist that I met at this listening session. He's from Cologne, Germany.
Wow.
And that was my reaction.
Far from home.
Yeah, and he that was his first time in the U.S. Which Austin, amazing city.
Yeah.
Like, especially to just kind of get the fire hose version of like American culture.
Absolutely.
And as a country artist, he loved it. He was very immersed in it. But he was just telling me about his music scene back home was like country music.
In Germany?
Oh, no.
I was like, wow.
Music scene back home, country music was not there.
Not there, that's valid.
Yeah.
It's like, I wonder what country people are out in Germany right now.
It was mostly EDM and metal music out there. That like those were the main.
Interesting. That's not what genres. I would pin them for.
Yeah, and so and that seemed to be very common with like Scandinavian countries, North Europe. Was a lot of like just electronic and metal music, and so twangy slide guitars, dobros, like that really, he was the only person he knew in Cologne that was like making that kind of music. And naturally he meets a lot of people just from that old networking grind.
Yeah.
And they're all telling him like, you got to move to Austin or Nashville. Like, if you actually seriously like country music that much, there's no place for it. Like, you can't meet a producer or a slide guitarist or even just a drummer who knows that style to make those tracks for you, to pitch stuff for you. And if you seriously want to take this to the next level, move to, like, the capital of country music, Nashville,
literally.
Tennessee. So, and of course my ears are just perking up, and we were like, I think we were days away from our announcement for the international release, and
I remember.
I got him on the site right away, and we got some Grammy Award winning engineers, producers, even like graphic designers, and like just all these people that he could work with to actually like make a true, authentic Nashville country demo, eventually a record, get the full like, we got this this great marketing company on our platform that they just promote the hell out of music videos purely in the country music scene. Naturally, being in Nashville, we got a lot of country music resources. So, and I told him like, hey, not only can you like work with these people, but you can like send files back and forth, video chat with these people in real time, and just like work on this stuff as if you're in the room with them.
And that's amazing that you do more than just like vocalists and singer-songwriters and producers like the standard. Like there's content creation also, and like photography and videography. What inspired you to include the entire umbrella of the music industry rather than just like cookie cutter, what some competitors usually do, is just the people who are actually in the music?
Yeah. And that's something we got asked about a lot too. It was, why are you including all these extra things? Because we do, again, we got musicians, we got engineers, producers, songwriters, but we also have content creation. Formerly, we used to call them visual artists, because it was really just any kind of visual stuff, from music videos to graphic design. One of our users is like just a whiz when it comes to lyric videos. And he just makes, like, if you need a lyric video put out, whether it's for TikTok or YouTube, wherever, like, he's the guy to do it. And we got all kinds of promotional expertise, which in the music industry, you got to get creative.
Absolutely.
It's not just, you don't just have a job title of marketer. It's, whether it's a promoter, a journalist, a blogger, someone who can make you a website, someone who can make you be featured on top Spotify playlists.
In this digital age, you have to cover all your platforms, which is crazy. And
we wanted like just like one place where you can actually access all that stuff. So let's say you're on TikTok, you're posting just yourself playing guitar in your bedroom, and you're thinking, okay, it's just fun, but it's starting to take off. You're starting to like see that dream become a reality, like it has for so many people of our generation. I mean, that's how everyone from like Bieber to Billie Eilish has like gotten to where they are. And you start to see that story happening for you, and we want to be able to take you to someone who can help you produce a full track, whether it's even just like at a demo, record all the other instruments you might need, even hire professional, again, Grammy Award-winning certified songwriters to help you fill out whether it's top line or just your arrangements. Get that demo produced. You can get stuff professionally recorded. Obviously, we got a lot of studios and a lot of recording engineers on our platform that are more spread out, because we know that we have some limitation. Like, you can't record, we can't offer a full studio remotely just yet. But
hopefully someday in the future. The way technology is going, we might have that.
Yeah, we might just teleport you into the studio.
No, literally. But
for now, it's get someone who can record it for you. Even if you just got to do it yourself, you can walk with. We got a great selection of consultants on our platform that can walk you through like the right equipment, the right mics, the right setup for how to record stuff yourself. Send that over. You can get it mixed on our platform. You can get it mastered on our platform. And even then, there's going to be other places around the internet where you might be able to find an audio engineer, like on Fiverr or something, and they can get you some kind of product. Like, we're one of the only ones that can guarantee quality through our rigorous vetting process that we have. But these are products like from, again, like other places on the internet that they'll get you that final mixed song.
Yeah.
We want to be with you to the end. Like, we want to help you get that promoted. We want to help you come up with like artwork for it. We want to help like roll out a social media campaign. And quite frankly, musicians just have like enough going on, enough apps, enough tools, enough like just widgets and gizmos that it seems like there's always like more and more stuff coming out that they need to keep up with.
And it's crazy how it's all on one platform. Like, it's a one-stop shop, truly.
Yeah, we're trying to be that right now, which this came out as a passion project for me. This is something that I truly just want to see more cool stuff getting created on the platform, more cool stuff that, you know, when our users are proud of it, I'm proud of it. Like, it's just something totally different to be like part of that process. Like, I feel like even as just someone who's like just tying these connections together, like I get to, you know, in some way just feel proud that I was able to enable people to get to that spot. So I want that to be what this platform's for, like truly a connection platform. So again, not to make it sound too much like an ad, but totally free to use. Like, we don't take anything except for a small commission at the end. But yeah, signing up, getting like jobs posted, getting stuff marketed on social media, all that stuff that we do completely free for our users. And I should probably end the sales pitch there.
Yeah, so if you guys want to get if you guys want to get featured on Instagram or TikTok, send us a DM with your content and we will feature you on any of our platforms.
Yeah. Good use of time here. Yeah.
Absolutely. Got to get you guys featured. Like, as if your success is our success, which is the beautiful thing. It's very symbiotic relationship here.
Yeah. And ad. Right
And
there,
ad, and ad, and sponsored ad.
Yeah.
Unsponsored.
Yeah.
Well, for Muze, for the future, what are you looking at Muze looking like in the next year or 5 years maybe?
Yeah, great question. Again, naturally, like, we think about this a lot, and we're expanding a lot faster than I anticipated. We got users across 6 continents right now, and I really want to help create more stuff for those users, get more pathways enabled right now, so they can create more cool stuff. Got a lot of fun stuff in the works for that. Over the next 5 years, the music industry is just changing so rapidly right now. We're looking at whether it's the development of AI and like different AI tools.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
We truly believe that music is created through a human connection, and we want to enable people not just to be that human element, that human component of the music industry, but also what role does AI have in that, and how can they ethically differentiate themselves from AI programming.
Right.
So we're rolling out a few different tools that we're testing right now, but
any sneak peeks?
well, I don't know about sneak peeks, but
not quite.
Yeah.
Very confidential.
we got some good ideas. At the end of the day, a good product is made by listening to its customers. So
absolutely,
we've just been naturally talking with a lot of people through just our customer discovery interviews, talking with people who are getting jobs done on our platform about, quite frankly, what problems they're having. And yeah, consistently I'm hearing they're not making enough money. They're not getting their fans. Like they're not finding where their fans are.
Right.
And
that's where the marketing component comes in.
Exactly, yeah. And there's a huge anxiety around artificial intelligence.
Absolutely.
And whether is someone going to rip off my sound, or is a platform like Spotify going to dump me in favor of AI generated content?
Right.
There's just a lot of concerns right there.
I've never even thought about that.
Yeah,
I just kind of assumed that people would be the only people to ever make music, which is so crazy.
Yeah, and it's weird that we're even having this conversation right now, but it's the landscape we live in, and like the experience I've had just with this app and just being around that technosphere,
right,
is you got to embrace change to some extent. You do need to like acknowledge that's there. I think one of the biggest mistakes that the music industry made was trying to pretend that Napster hadn't hit and didn't completely revolutionize how people consume music. And of course, Spotify came in and they put their version of an innovation to accommodate what had already happened with Napster nearly a decade earlier. But AI is here to stay, quite frankly, and there's a lot of legal battles going on right now regarding how it relates to music.
Right.
But I think the best thing that we can do as just members of the music industry, and this is really what we try to do when we're making these human-to-human connections, is educate, inform, and work out ways. How can you use AI in ways that can help your career, and how can you also be very protective about what the implications are for AI? Just to use as an example, we don't use any AI when it comes to anything related to songwriting or just music production in general. Currently, I believe it's still in effect, the Grammys, you're ineligible for any kind of awards if you're using AI. Artificial intelligence.
Wow.
Using that kind of generative content creation, and not just for the awards or like the different certifications you might get, but purely just ethically, the music industry, like the actual people in the trenches.
Yeah.
I've been talking to these people. They do not want any place for AI to happen in this industry when it comes to writing their songs. So that's something that we educate people on. We want people to be aware of that, that music's something that's like, it's the most fun job in the world, in my opinion.
Literally.
Like, I love not just playing music myself, but also working with people who create really cool stuff. And we want just the tech that's out there to be stuff that is used responsibly, and they're educating themselves on what's going on, because quite frankly, this is extremely new. This is happening way faster than the internet happens, happening much faster than
I know. Like my
multi-track recording.
Senior year of college was the first time I used ever AI, and then I just graduated with my master's, so it's been a year and a half of AI, and it's like you use it in your day-to-day life. Some people even use it as a therapist, which is so crazy. But I've started to hear some AI songs, and personally I feel as though they're not as good as like the ones that are actually made by human beings, because just the human touch in art is just completely different from AI. And you can tell that in like writing and poetry and books as well. But it's evolving so fast. So in like a year or 5 years, it could absolutely be making songs that are amazing. So do you think that the music industry, like if AI ever comes up with songs that are actually as good as human intelligence, do you think that's something that the industry would be open to or wrapping into? I know smaller creators definitely don't want that, but I don't know if the music industry as a whole is open to it.
Well, I'll put it this way: like any business or any industry, quite frankly, no matter what kind of regulations, what kind of laws you write, at the end of the day, your customer is always going to be in charge. They're the ones actually paying for it.
Yeah.
And in the music industry, one of the many reasons I love the music industry is that those customers are fans. Like those are people that love your music. They love engaging with your stories. They love engaging with the kind of art that you're creating. And we've seen through some incredible minds like Taylor Swift, just the lengths, not just in like a balance sheet and just the dollars and cents that people are willing to spend, but I remember when she came to Nashville and just the people were like standing like a mile away outside the stadium just trying to catch a glimpse of her through there.
Crazy.
And that's what music fans are, and that's a great spot to be in for those to be your customers. So
because they love you, not
exactly.
AI. Yeah,
and
that's
so
true.
I would say they're the ones that you need to be listening to. And I can't predict how people are going to react as AI music gets better and better and better and like more like a person. But I'll just give an example of like how we educate people with AI right now. Is a lot of people are, they're still not really coming to terms even with like the Napster crash and how that affected the industry, let alone AI. There's a lot of people that are even thinking of just abandoning the music industry altogether.
Wow.
And quite frankly, there's plenty of people out there that, no, yeah, I'm not going to name any names, but I think if they're that threatened by AI, not all of them, but there's plenty of people that they got formulas for how they write songs. They, whether it's country or rap or just punk rock music, they're like, this is the way that I write songs, this is the way I make songs. And at the end of the day, they kind of treat it like an Excel formula or just an algorithm to churn out something that never happened to them or completely inauthentic form of art. And if you make music like that, you should be very worried about AI. AI will take your job because, quite frankly, you're not adding anything to the music industry.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You're finding stuff that is just getting used and just...
there's a lot of people who will create music just so that it's popular.
Of course,
instead of making music for the music and then it gains recognition because it was great music.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, again, to echo, that's where Taylor Swift's true success lies, is in the way that she puts herself, her emotions
on the table,
her story into it. And like even on the literal opposite end of the spectrum, they still got a lot of diehard Kanye West fans because he's putting a little too much of himself
way too much.
And there's ways that you listen to the people that are actually top of their game. They're going to be household names long after they're gone.
Absolutely.
They're people that, look at even just the Beatles or Michael Jackson.
Yep. Oh, iconic.
AI can't replicate that.
No.
It's something, excuse me. AI can't replicate the type of energy or the type of storytelling that they put into that music. And that's something that I'm just telling people to go after that human component to it. Don't rely too much on the formulas. And I know there's a lot of stuff out there. I've read a lot on, the formula for a hit song. And like, quite frankly, there's only so many chord progressions out there. There's only so many tempos out there. AI can do that. What are you going to add as an artist to that mix? Because quite frankly, if you just want to add your name on the Country Music Hall of Fame and you want to sound like everyone else on there, you don't deserve to be on that that wall.
Absolutely. Like the first thing that comes to mind for me is like Billie Eilish. One of her songs, I'm forgetting which one, she had a trip to Australia and there's a crosswalk button that they push, and here it's like it'll like beep or whatever, but it has like a really distinct beep in Australia. Maybe I'll clip it in because that's so fun.
Yeah.
But she like puts it in the background of one of her songs, and it's like crazy because AI would never think to do that. Like, oh, this crosswalk in Australia, this is a perfect tempo for the back of my song. So I love the human element, and I love that Muze is there to make that human connection between all of these amazing music professionals. I was wondering what you think you want most for people to walk away with after using Muze.
A hit song would be great.
A hit song would be great. Simple answer, straightforward.
Yeah, and like any other kind of connection platform, we're really in the business of building relationships.
Yeah,
we're in
absolutely.
the business of
Like LinkedIn.
yeah, we're in the business of hopefully a little bit more fun than LinkedIn.
Yeah, a lot more fun than LinkedIn.
But we want to be in that business of creating like long-lasting relationships that, like when you're meeting people here, you're creating art together.
Right.
You're creating a business together around yourself. You're really taking a risk on yourself, and that's what we want people to be walking away feeling, is that they took that risk on themselves and they're walking away with like real people out there, whether they're in your town or on the other side of the world, who
that's beautiful.
are, I mean, that's where the name comes from. We want you to find your muse with us. We want you to find, we want you to find like the people that inspire you and the people that support you.
Yeah.
And it's hard to write this into an algorithm, but the people that you vibe with. And so far, that's what we're in the business of doing, and get a lot of fun stories that come out of that. And I just want to share that with anyone else out there who is thinking about making music.
That's beautiful. Well, how can listeners support Muze and get involved?
Well, quite frankly, share with us all the cool stuff you're making. We really want people to like actually put out the music that they've been thinking about. Maybe you picked up a guitar for the first time during COVID. Maybe you were thinking about being on stage someday, but you just like, I don't live in the right town, or I don't know the right people.
Right.
We want you to take that next step, put some trust out there, because we really want you to get you from wherever you're at to wherever you want to be. And just share with us what's going on. Obviously, browse our site. We've got a lot of cool people on there making cool stuff. And we'll we can clip my information on here too. Always reach out. It's funny. People see founder or whatever on like my business card or LinkedIn or even on my Muze profile. But quite frankly, it's I'm just a guy. Just reach out to me. I love talking to cool people making cool stuff in the music industry. And if that's you, shoot me an email. I'd love to chat sometime, grab coffee.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got for us today. But thank you so much for letting me interview you.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. But this is our new podcast, and we're going to have a special guest next time. Stay tuned to see who that is. But to support us, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn. But most importantly, sign up for Muze and help us help you. #FindYourMuse.